Bayern lose another youngster, and guess what, guys? I really don't care. I really don't care. Bayern lose out on Adam Aznou. Adam Aznou has officially signed on a permanent deal, not a loan deal, no option to buy or anything. Adam Aznou, young Moroccan left back, 19 years old, highly touted in the Bayern Academy, has officially and permanently moved away from Bayern to Everton, confirmed today on a 9 million, 10 million total transfer fee, whatever it is. And to be honest, guys, I don't care. I don't care that we just lost out on another highly touted youngster because, to be honest, I'm sick of the mentality that a lot of these young players have now. I'm sick of it. So I'm not gonna dwell on it too much. I'm not gonna think about it too much. I'm just gonna talk about today why I don't care. Let's talk about why I don't care, because a lot of fans in the FC Bayern fan base are worried about it. They're not happy about it, and to them, I'd say calm down. We ain't losing much anyway. Really, we ain't losing much anyway. So let's just pull up the tweet. Official Adam Aznou has left FC Bayern and joined Everton on a permanent deal, like I just said. And then Max Eberl's comments. We regret that we couldn't continue working together with Adam. We aim to focus even more on our talents in the future. This season, young players such as those who participated in the Club World Cup will train regularly with the first team. In general, the door is open to anyone who gives their all every day to achieve our goals and establish themselves permanently with the FC Bayern first team. And Thomas Muller is also joining Vancouver, but I'll talk about on the live stream after this video. But well said, Max Eberl. Like, good luck to you, Adam. But listen, the future of our club did not depend on you. The future of the left back position at Bayern did not depend on you. You were impatient. And that's, I put it in my thumbnail. The key word here for Adam Aznou is impatience. Impatience. And I don't get his mentality behind this, because let's set the facts straight here. Will Adam Aznou be a starter at Everton? Sure, now he's this bright, shiny new toy for David Moyes and Evertonians. I'm sure Everton fans will be hyped about it. They're getting a highly touted youngster from Bayern, a massive club, right? But what I'll say to Everton fans is, if there's any watching, will he start? Is he physically ready? Now, when he gets to Everton, will he start some games? Will people be excited? Yes. But when the season comes around and Adam Aznou might not cut it physically to be able to play in the Premier League at left back in defense with a team like Everton, who will sit back and not play, will not hold much of the ball, I just don't see the play here. I understand the play here is he goes to Everton, will get minutes. The World Cup is coming up next year and he wants to make the Moroccan squad. I get that. But I'm going to be honest, he could have gotten a place in the Moroccan squad by just being a squad player for Bayern and getting some starting some games here and there, getting some minutes here and there. I'm fully convinced he would have gotten a spot in Morocco's national team next summer if he just stayed at Bayern. So I don't get the play here. Okay, you want to go get minutes, but if you don't perform, and I don't think he's necessarily going to perform. I don't think he's physically up to scratch. He's a scrawny little left back kid against those big beefy guys from Auckland in the Club World Cup. I understand he only got 10 minutes, but he looked a little out of his depth. And that was a non-professional team. So it was only 10 minutes. I mean, I won't look into it. I'm not going to say he's a trash player. Adam Aznou is obviously talented. Pretty sure he came from La Masia, right? Went to La Liga last year, got a lot of minutes there on loan. But I don't know. Adam Aznou, if you go there, if you're not physically cut out for the league, and you become a bench player, a squad player at Everton, then tell me this, Adam Aznou. Let me ask you guys this. Is it better to be a bench squad player at Everton, or is it better to be a bench/squad player at FC Bayern München? You tell me. And there's only one right answer. So, really impatient from him. I understand. And this impatience all stems from he believes he's good enough to start at a team in Europe. He believed, I think he's good enough to at least be getting starting minutes or getting minutes off the bench at Bayern. I'm not too sure. But hey, respect in his confidence. And he's seeing a lot of youngsters across Europe at 19, 20, 21 years old, starting for all the top teams in the world. One of his best friends, Lamine Yamal, is 17, 18 years old right now, one of the best players in the world, and the star of FC Barcelona. He's looking at Bayern, the team he was just at. A guy like Alphonso Davies became a starter at Bayern at 19 years old. Musiala, starter by 19 years old, 20 years old. Kingsley Coman came to Bayern as a teenager and he was a big part player as well. So on and so forth. Pavlovic, 19 years old, starting midfielder, 20 years old, starting midfielder at Bayern. So he's seeing all this top talent. A Cole Palmer at Chelsea, Bellingham at Real Madrid, João Neves and Barcola and Desiree Doué at PSG. He's seeing these kids and saying, I want that. I want to be a starter for a top team. And I respect the mentality, but you need to be self-aware. You need to realize that you're not one of those top talents. You're a good talent, you're highly touted, and you do have probably a bright future ahead of you, but right now, you're just not ready. And by moving to Everton, by burning his bridges with Bayern, by burning his bridges back to Bayern, he can well and truly go to Everton, stink it up, not be ready physically for the league. I think technically Adam Aznou is ready, but physically, he might not be ready enough for the league. Resort to bench player at Everton, and all of a sudden, you're in a situation where you're a bench player at Everton when you could have been a bench player, squad player at Bayern. It's a shame. And he was, Vincent Company and at Bayern, the coaching staff, they were planning for him to be in the first team squad week in, week out, along with a Lennart Karl, for example, 17-year-old Lennart Karl. He is being planned as a right wing backup to Olise. He is going to be training with the Bayern first team every single week, all season long. And even if Adam Aznou does go to Everton and play well, is that really beneficial to his career? Adam Aznou is a very technical, a technical fullback, very technical left back. He likes to get forward. Are you going to do much of that at Everton? Are you going to excel in that part of your game and develop more at Everton? Probably not. Probably not. You're going to go to an Everton team where you will be an out-and-out defender. So how are you going to prove to the rest of Europe to get a new move, a better move, that you are an attacking, dangerous fullback? How? You're going to a team that will not play to one of your strengths, which is the attacking side of your game. So it just reeks of impatience. And this is a symptom I'm seeing with a lot of young players across Europe. They want to get in starting 11s. They believe they deserve so much at 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. You have to remember, being a starter at a top team in Europe at 18, 19, 20 years old is not normal. What Musiala, Cole Palmer, Doué, Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Gavi, Bellingham. Did I already say Musiala, Barcola? What all these guys are doing, Kenan at Juventus, and so on and so forth. It's not normal. These are the future. These players are the future of football. Adam Aznou, you are relatively still you're a very unknown commodity in world football. The only people that know about you are Everton fans, Bayern fans, and Moroccan fans. World football doesn't know you, bro. So why are you in a rush? In my opinion, yes, go get those minutes at Everton, training every day, getting minutes here or there at Bayern, and training every day with the likes of Manuel Neuer, Musiala, Olise, Kane, Kimmich, Pavlovic, Davies, all those guys, Upamecano, Jonathan Tah, Olise, training with the best of the best every day and getting minutes here or there to prove yourself at 19 years old is more beneficial than playing in an Everton side that will not play to your strengths as a fullback. They won't. And that's the truth, Adam Aznou. And this is why I don't care. Because he didn't have the patience right now to realize that. He didn't have the humility right now to realize what a great opportunity and what a great position he was at Bayern. You guys, a 19-year-old being put into the first team to train every week, that's a privilege. That's not a normality. That should be a privilege to youngsters. Don't let all the all these top young players that have taken the world by storm and become starters at all these top teams across Europe skew that fact. Being at 19 and being planned to train with the first team the entire season and be a squad player, that is a privilege. And you know what? I don't care Adam Aznou is gone because he didn't realize that privilege. On the other hand, a Lennart Karl, 17, 18 years old, is realizing that privilege, and he's fully happy to be part of that Bayern squad and learn from the best of the best and make a name for himself. That's the truth. That's the truth. Now, I think a lot of Bayern fans are mainly frustrated about this. And let's be honest, a lot of Bayern fans are mainly frustrated about this move away from Adam Aznou, largely due to our failure as a club to integrate top talents in the past. I don't think a lot of people are actually tripping about Adam Aznou leaving. He's a left back. We have our left back, Alphonso Davies. Alphonso Davies is the best left back in the world when he is fit. He is. We have the best left back in the world. And if you don't agree, we have a top 3 left back in the world. Adam Aznou is not going to do anything to get over Alphonso Davies because Alphonso Davies is so unimaginably clear of Adam Aznou. At this stage in his career, in 3 years, in 4 years, in 5 years, Alphonso Davies is here to stay and be the left back at Bayern. Right? And become on his way to becoming a Bayern legend. But I think a lot of Bayern fans here are more frustrated with Adam Aznou leaving because it's another highly touted youngster leaving because of the 2 or 3 players the past couple of years that have slipped through our cracks that we didn't let integrate into the first team. I don't think this frustration comes because people are worried that Adam Aznou will go and become a world beater at Everton. Absolutely not. I think a lot of people see him leave and another youth player at Bayern feeling like there was no path to the first team leave. And then Bayern fans remember, oh, same thing happened with Kenan Yildiz. Now Kenan Yildiz is one of the top left wingers, highly touted left wingers. And if we just kept him, we would have never had to buy a Luis Diaz, for example. They see someone like an Angelo Stiller playing as one of the best midfielders at Stuttgart. Players like that have slipped through our cracks the last 4 or 5 years. That's where the frustration of Adam Aznou comes from. Not because we're losing a spectacular generational talent in Adam Aznou. He's not that. But guys like a Kenan Yildiz and Stiller did slip through our cracks. And it does look like potentially a Paul Weiner can go out on loan again or leave permanently, which would really suck because I think he does have a future at Bayern and he just needs to be patient like Lennart Karl, who understands what a good position he is at Bayern. So, listen, Bayern lose Adam Aznou, and I just simply do not care. And other Bayern fans across the world, you shouldn't care either. We're set at left back. Yes, Davies will be out until November time, so we're going to play with Rafa Guerrero or Stanisic or Leimer at left back. Listen, I think all 3 of those players are better than Adam Aznou at this point still. That's just the honest truth. That's just the honest truth. Even that spy, that criminal Guerrero. I haven't forgiven Guerrero. I think he's still better than Adam Aznou overall. So, is what it is. Another youngster leaves, but I'm not tripping because it's not a quality youngster. Now, I would really say this is a new situation. In 2 years' time, say a Lennart Karl, a youngster that I really think is a baller. He really is. He's like low-key a little bit of a German Ryan Cherky. A little bit of a German Ryan Cherky there. If he were to leave in a year or 2 years' time because he's not getting enough minutes in the first team and feels like there's no path for him at Bayern, then I'd be more pissed. But a guy like Adam Aznou, I'm not tripping, and I don't care. It's been your boy. It's been your boy Okage, man. Youngsters need to just need to relax, bro. You have a whole career ahead of you, Adam Aznou, and you did not need to. Now, listen, I hope he does well at Everton. What if he goes and balls out at Everton and he becomes their starter and he plays the whole season and makes the Moroccan World Cup team? Great. Happy for him. I'm not going to hate on a 19-year-old kid. That's not what we do here. It's cringe. Hating on teenagers is cringe, bro. It's so embarrassing when I see these footy YouTubers clowning on Lamine Yamal, Doué, Musiala, Pedri, Bellingham, and Cole Palmer when those guys were teenagers. So cringe when I saw old unks and people in their 20s clowning on kids in their teenage years. Cringe. So I'm not going to do that to Adam Aznou. I just really think he's being impatient and making the wrong move for his career here because I don't think he's physically ready for the Premier League to get serious minutes at Everton. An Everton team that will not play to his strength as a fullback. We'll see. It's been your boy Hokage. I'll see you guys.